An airborne assault. But wouldn't the safest flight path from Atsuki taking them right over the UN and US navies? You're kidding me. Those transports risk flying over land knowing full well the beta could have just shot them down? Nothing that big can fly, NOE. They should have been blown to smithereens. Someone's transmitting on all channels. Is it from the troops surrounding us? Huh? Wait, Sagiri, could it be? That voice. It's the orchestrator of the coup d'etat. Sagiri Naoya. No way, this can't be happening. Fuck. God damn. Are they like standing a ways behind him? Because if they're standing like right next to him, that dude is fucking huge. Like, or fucking Skiyomi and Marimo just fucking tiny. Or is it both? Because like that guy's fucking massive.
訓練兵を殿下の直営に当てるのですか？軍曹、少佐は今のうちに訓練兵を休ませておけとおっしゃっておられるのだ。少佐、我が部隊の兵士も戦術機から下ろし。よかろう。この絵である君の任務を果たせ。は。少佐、お心遣い感謝いたします。状況はもっと厳しくなる。頼んだぞ。は。
God damn. God, this shit's getting fucking insane. I love it. It's been about 30 minutes since the rebel transmission. None of the units surrounding us have moved a muscle. Assuming the markers they're intentionally transmitting to us aren't fakes, they do match up with what we saw on radar as they came down in terms of numbers and positions. Are the rebels trying to prove they aren't looking for a fight by showing they've got nothing to hide? Mayhaps. They've proclaimed a ceasefire in the Shogun's name, and so far they haven't gone back on their word. Under the circumstances, any Japanese person in this world would believe them without question. There's even a part of me that's tempted to believe it, as illogical as it is. The 2 years I spent in the previous timeline taught me just how important the Shogun is to this world's Japan. So I'm pretty sure I would have been able to understand what drove the rebels to do this, even if Maya wasn't around to explain it to me. For the Japanese people of this world, Japan doesn't exist without the Shogun. That's why the rebel commander is ignoring modern combat procedure and coming to the front lines himself. People who rebelled for the sake of their country and their Shogun wouldn't break a ceasefire proclaimed in Her Highness's name. That much I can believe. But the only way for Captain Sagiri and his followers to prove their rebellion was just is for the Shogun to personally condone their actions. That's why they need to take the Shogun from us. So then, why would they honor the ceasefire? We've taken them at their word, which means we're pretty much sitting ducks. On top of that, we've disabled our active sensors, wireless transmissions, and satellite data links so they can't be traced to our position. In other words, we're basically blind. If their plan was to use Her Highness's name to trick us into letting our guard down, well, they've already succeeded. If they wanted to swoop right in and wipe us out, now would be the perfect time. It's not that hard to believe that the rebels would deceive us to achieve their designs. I feel like that's why Major Watkins got us cadets out patrolling. You can't completely discount that possibility. But so far, it looks like they're just going to keep on waiting it out, even after making a suicidally dangerous flight down here to catch up with us. Okay, what the hell? If they do uphold the ceasefire, they'd only be doing it for honor or pride or something, right? There's no strategic benefit whatsoever. You're only thinking in terms of strategic benefit. You don't realize how much honor and pride mean to these people. What's Captain Sagiri even trying to accomplish with this rebellion? Not that I don't understand the importance of honor and pride, but is that really what matters most right now? To some people. The captain's putting his life on the line to pull this off, even prioritizing it above the interests of mankind as a whole. Shouldn't he be taking things a bit more seriously? It's just the wind. Man, don't scare me like that. Damn it. I'm not like them. That's right, I'm different. My objective is to prevent the fall of mankind. If I were in his shoes, I'd be prioritizing the end goal above everything else. That's my responsibility as someone who's witnessed the end days. If the Japanese citizens of this world can't see through to the bigger picture, then that just means I'll have to do it for them.
この人類滅亡の危機に極東防衛の要衝たる自覚もなく、無意味な内戦に突入し、貴重な戦力や時間を浪費している愚かな国家。その幼稚でくだらない国のために、私の部下が命を落とすことは絶対に我慢ならん。
Like Yuko-sensei and Tsukiyomi-san said, it's clear that America has some ulterior motives here. But at the same time, the Major's got a point. And he's got every right to say it. He's a surface pilot on the front lines, not some high-ranking politician sitting safely in the rear. There's not a single person in this world who wants to get killed in a fight like this. I have no doubt about that. From the Major's point of view, this incident must be frustrating on so many levels. He's been dragged into the middle of a rebellion instigated by indignant activists in a country that's on the front lines of the war against the Beta, and now he's surrounded by those same people and his life is in danger. His battalion saved our asses, and we've been telling him the mission takes a backseat to ensuring the Shogun's safety, and now we're taking the enemy at their word without a second thought. When you look at it like that, I don't blame him for thinking Japanese people are irrational or that we're a childish nation. I felt the same way about Japanese people in this world before. Hell, I've been pretty vocal about it. When the Major called this conflict childish, it honestly sounded like something I would say. It's probably because we're both outsiders here. The Major's an American, and I'm not from this world's Japan. But at the same time, it's not like I can condone America for acting on their own interests while condemning Japan for doing the same. I just don't have the same sense of Japanese patriotism that everyone here seems to have, and I don't know the historical context behind it either. But none of that even matters right now. For me, this isn't about political gain, or who was wrong and who was right in some conflict that happened decades ago. All I want is to keep humanity from falling victim to the same fate twice.
目的が同じであっても、重んじるものが違えば道を違えることもある。理解できぬというのなら、足玉に断じるでない。
And that's why Yuko-sensei brought up Mount... Ugh. That's why when Yuko-sensei brought up Mount Tenjin, I had to choose between the fate of humanity and that old woman's wishes. The choice may as well have been made for me. Not that I'd forgotten the things that she and Maya taught me back then, of course. If anything, I made the choice that I did in order to save not just that old woman, but everyone else as well. If I'm going to save as many lives as I can, then it's my responsibility to see Alternative 4 through to completion as soon as possible. So why, then? Why am I feeling so conflicted all of a sudden, when I know the Major's objectively in the right? Why couldn't I do to the Shogun what I did to that old woman? Because the Shogun was right there. You could just say, oh hey, take care of the old woman for me. And out of sight, out of mind. But when the person's right in front of you, it's when you have to do the thing yourself, it's a much different scenario. Especially after how frustrated I've been about wasting all this precious time on human infighting. I knew the fastest way to get this thing over with was to bring the Shogun back to Yokohama base as soon as possible, and yet I couldn't obey the Major's order. I couldn't bring myself to sedate her. I don't even feel the same sense of devotion to the Shogun that these people have, so why couldn't I do it? Because she's Mei's twin? No. Because it would have put her in mortal danger? Could I have done it without questioning if I knew it wasn't life-threatening? Probably. When I saw the Shogun suffering like that, I couldn't make the same decision that I indirectly made for that old woman. At the time, I didn't even realize that it went completely against my usual stance on things like this. I panicked and I hesitated. I was freaking out with no idea what to do. Meanwhile, Her Highness, a girl my own age, was begging me to give her the meds, even though she knew that they could kill her, all for the sake of America, the UN, and even the rebel surface pilots. Damn it! God, I should have known what to do. But when it happened, my mind just went blank. I was too afraid to do it with my own two hands. Is it just because I have no combat experience? I don't think that's quite it. That can't be it. This world's been fighting against the beta for ages. I doubt that Tsukiyomi-san or Marimo-chan or even the Major have any experience fighting other people. How many veterans from those kinds of wars are even still alive? So what is it? Is there something other than combat experience I'm missing here? Is there something even bigger that I lack? What the hell could it be? Conviction and patriotism? Is that really all it comes down to? How in the hell can that be? There's no way that's all it is. I've got plenty of conviction. Yeah, but what about that other one? Sure, I wasn't born and raised here, but still, I'm determined to save humanity at all costs. Is that not good enough? Okay, I'm from another world, but that shouldn't stop me from making tough calls when I need to, damn it. Have all the tragedies I've experienced only made me weaker as a result? Yuko-sensei saw right through me. Damn it. It's because I don't get it. I just can't wrap my head around it. How am I supposed to give someone the benefit of the doubt on the basis of a moral code I can't possibly comprehend? They're positive that Captain Sagiri won't ambush us, because it would go against everything they hold sacred. And here I am shaking my boots, all because I lack that same conviction. It's like how a blind man could never imagine what the color red looks like. I can't understand that kind of conviction because I've never had it before. Damn it. Ah! Damn it. Damn it. God damn it! I want to be stronger than this. God damn it. There's too many things happening all at once. I just don't know what to do. I'm definitely nervous about my first battle too, but thanks to all that psychological training, I'm not terribly afraid of dying. Thank goodness for that, at least. But if I had a real pillar of strength to fall back on, would I even feel conflicted about any of this? Maybe if I had more conviction, if I were more steadfast in my beliefs. It doesn't matter. I still have to see Alternative 4 through to completion no matter the cost. There's not much time left. We can't afford to wait for me to man up. At least I've managed to figure out what's been bugging me all this time. That has to be a step in the right direction. Don't know whether I can learn to have stronger convictions, but for now, all I can do is try. Now's not the time to get lost in thought. If we can't get past the enemy's blockade, none of this will even matter. For now, I need to focus on getting everyone out through this safe and sound. Right. This isn't just about me. Everyone here has some kind of baggage that connects them to this situation, both as UN surface pilots and as Japanese citizens, not to mention as family members of those involved. During the briefing we just had, I was so preoccupied with the enemy's encirclement and my own inner conflict that I didn't even look around to see how the others were doing. They've got to be stressed about facing their first battle, all the more so since we were surrounded by the enemy just when it seemed like we'd made a clean getaway. Meia's feeling conflicted because of her feelings for Her Highness and her sympathy toward the rebel cause. Tama's torn between her Japanese roots and her father's position in the UN. Same goes for Makoto. If she knows what her dad's really been up to, this can't be easy on her either. But now that Captain Sagiri has shown his face on the battlefield, I can only imagine what Class Rep and Ayamine are going through right now. And yet, everyone's still giving their all. Maybe I should go see if anyone needs someone to vent to. They'll probably be the one doing most of the venting. Oh. Okay. We're gonna save. We're just gonna save real quick. We're just gonna save. Hey, we're just gonna save real quick. Let's go see what Ayamine has to say. Ayamine, it's just me. It's Shirogane. Don't shoot, alright? Yikes. She does not look happy to see me. Hi. Can't blame her though. Especially when you open up with hi. I know all about her connections to Captain Sagiri, so it makes sense that she'd be on her guard. It'd be awkward not to bring him up at all, but I've got to make sure she doesn't think that's all I came to talk about. Don't want to make this any harder on her than it already is. Man, even though we've just been on the run this entire time, I've got to say, real combat's a bitch. I feel like the exhaustion, the physical part anyway, didn't really hit me till we disembarked from our TSFs, you know? What about you? How are you holding up? You doing okay? Unfazed? Me? Ah, right. Ayamine is a Japanese citizen like everyone else. Makes sense that she'd want to know. She has acute motion sickness. Not really surprised after getting tossed around inside a TSF without a fortified suit. Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be classified technically, but I figured it would be better for me to just clue you guys in. She still seems to be in pain, but her condition's stabilized at least. We can't expect her to recover in just an hour. This operation's only going to get tougher from here on out. Feels a little weird that Ayamine is so concerned about the Shogun's well-being. Given how worried she seems, you might even think that they were close friends or relatives, even though they've never even met each other. I've never seen Ayamine act like this, not in her day-to-day life or even in the previous timeline. As far as I can remember, anyway. Is that kind of devotion to the Shogun what I'm missing, maybe? Huh? Oh, right. Nah. Lieutenant Kamiyo of the Royal Guard is watching her right now. And it's not really my place to be taking care of Her Highness anyway. I mean, partially, though it's more just that I can't seem to calm myself down from the adrenaline rush of a real battle. While it's true that I did want to check up on Ayamine, I also really just wanted someone to vent to, though I obviously can't tell her that. You keep using that word, but I'm not really sure what you mean by it. Huh? What? No, I wasn't implying that. Ayamine. Well, that failed spectacularly. Maybe she could tell that I was tiptoeing around the subject of Captain Sagiri. Wait up, Ayamine. Look, I really wasn't trying to corner you, alright? It's just that, well, you know. Huh? Oh, okay. That's a crazy thing to hear coming from Ayamine, whether she's lying or not. Actually, no, I'm sure it's the truth. This is her first battle, so she's already feeling the pressure. Tack on an escort mission with the enemy in hot pursuit, plus the stuff with Captain Sagiri in class rep, who wouldn't be a little overwhelmed. Ayamine almost never lets her feelings show, but look at her now. She's so exhausted that she can't even keep up her nonchalant front. Alright. Almost forgot, but for a second back there, I thought maybe Ayamine had something to do with the rebels predicting our every move. Even though I swore I'd trust her. Ayamine, I owe you an apology. No, hear me out. This is about something else. After we left Hakone and the rebel forces seemed to be constantly 2 steps ahead of us, for a split second I suspected that you might have been leaking intel to them. I'm sorry. I know I promised that I'd trust you. I can see why you'd think that, but no. It's not why I'm here. In all honesty, I was just looking for someone to vent to. Then, while I was talking to you, I remembered that and felt like I needed to apologize for it. Hell yeah. Crap. I just apologized out of habit, but she's absolutely right. Yeah, my bad. This wasn't a good time to bring that up. I didn't even consider what she must be going through right now. I only apologized because I figured it would make me feel better. Sorry. Damn it, there's nothing I can say to make it better. Okay. This sucks, man. Red. What is that? Why is it red? Why is it red? Is there a right answer? Should I have been making certain... So, like, those little choices I made as to whether I do things the same way as I did them before, does that actually affect this decision here? Would I have seen something else? Because I've never seen this happen before, where it fades to black and, like, now it's got a red text. Because, like, I know in Unlimited anyway, you know, there was that scene during the Christmas party where it's like, you go check up on each one of them, and after you go see them, the option's just gone. The option wouldn't be there. And it was the same way in Extra. If you didn't build up enough, you know, friendship points or what the fuck ever, if you hadn't earned their trust, then, like, the option wouldn't show up. The fact that it's actually red worries me. I guess we'll go see what May is thinking.